Dun, 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 dun. Wait, that's a reboot, right? That's the Round of More reboot. This is the Viper from the original series, so that will probably be more like, what is it? Dun, 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 dun. So I've showed this model before. It's from one of my older videos. This is the Colonial Viper, not to be confused with the Dodge Viper. This is from the original Battlestar Galactica, not from the reboot. And I'm a big fan of sci-fi. I actually haven't seen the original Battlestar Galactica. I'm curious to watch it one day, but I've seen the Ronald Moore reboot and I love it. I think it's amazing. The ending is a bit iffy. I don't know how I feel about it. I probably talked about this when I reviewed this model to begin with. And obviously, I love Star Trek. Right above there, you can't see out of frame, is my Mr. Spock Hot Wheels pop culture car right over there. And I do love Star Wars. Star Wars, obviously, I think the same with many people, is what started sci-fi for them, even though obviously Star Wars is more like a fantasy than true sci-fi, and after the prequels and everything, it's like kind of lost interest. But in my personal opinion, the best thing to come out of Star Wars after 1983, after the release of Return of the Jedi, is Star Wars Rebels. Fight me. I like the Clone Wars, but I feel like there's so many bad episodes and so many good ones. It's really a mixed bag, and people that say it's the most amazing thing ever, I feel like a lot of them are just ignoring or choosing to forget their traumatic memories of all the terrible Jar Jar episodes we got. Also, it's released out of order, so it's just really frustrating to look at, to watch things. And it's not out of order in like a Quentin Tarantino, oh my god, what's his face is dead, right? John Travolta is dead and now he's alive, shot in the bathroom, sorry, spoilers. It's more like we don't know what we're doing kind of thing, I feel like. So that's a big problem. It's similar to how Firefly was released originally out of order, which, like, just why? Why would you do that? I think with Firefly is they want to front load the episodes they think good, but obviously that just ruins the whole thing. But anyway, Rebels, it's a little kiddish. I get that, but I feel like it's got some great characters. I think the weak one being Ezra, but like he grew so much in later seasons, it's not really fair to say that. Yeah, in general, and obviously it's still set in the original trilogy era, but you don't really get any interactions with the characters you know, which is really nice. It's the galaxy feels not a ton bigger because you still get Darth Vader and Tarkin and Thrawn. Well, Thrawn technically doesn't really exist and it didn't really exist in the new timeline anyway, but it does feel like a small galaxy, but it's a lot larger than, say, like Rogue One, because what's her face and what's his face run into the two guys that later are in the cantina and everything's like, my eyes start rolling like I just got possessed by a demon. But anyway, Rebels. I'm talking about it because I'm looking at a Hot Wheels model. I don't have any around me, but I've seen the Hasbro, what is it, Titanium line of die-cast vehicles. I don't have any around here. They're actually in my actual house, not in my grad student apartment. But I got this from a large lot that I got, and I tried to sell it a little on eBay, didn't. And I was like, I love the show and I love spaceships, so I'm just gonna have a look at it. I'm just gonna keep this for myself. So this is obviously a Ghost, the Ghost. It's another Corellian freighter. Well, I guess that's one of the things, right? Every single ship is designed by like 3 different companies. It's almost like Apple, and well, I guess that's realistic. But the design, you see the bubble at the front, you see the turret here, and actually, I guess there's no turret down here. Oh yeah, this is usually for holding cargo. But this is based on an American bomber from World War II, one of those probably B-17, B-27, the Fortresses, the perfect civilian killing machine. And it's got a nice, not really square, but like a diamond kind of shape to it, which I think is very cool. And obviously this is kind of the home base for the Rebels, the Phoenix crew, because they're running away from the Empire all the time. They don't really have any base. Speaking of base, this thing does come with a base. Hey, segue. And the Hot Wheels call this kind of like a flight navigation stand. I guess it's very swooshable. You can just do this, I guess is the idea. But for someone like me, you can use it for display. And obviously you can also take out this and just land it as you would in a regular parking lot. Obviously this is tiny. This is tiny. This is not 164. It should probably be like maybe this big, well, quote unquote real life 164. And the Ghost will probably take over half the parking lot. But it's cool. Obviously 164 will be super expensive. But that's all. That's about it. This is not the kind of thing I will go out of my way to get, but since I got it, I think it's really cool to have. If I can choose, obviously the Millennium Falcon will be amazing. Luke's X-Wing, just like the classics. I do love the Y-Wing design, the A-Wings and the B-Wings, like everything from the original trilogy is just so classic. And just the amount of work they had to go through to get the models created to originate, like kit bashing and greebling. It's just super cool. I do like the Imperial stuff as well. Maybe the Star Destroyer will be nice, the TIE Fighter, Vader's TIE. But for me, I'm definitely like a Rebel sympathizer, supporter, whatever. So, and I actually do have something coming in that's going to be a lot larger than this. So if you don't know, Eaglemoss does Star Trek starships, and they have a subscription. They have a trial period for the first month, so you can get it for a ship for $5 with shipping included, like $5, and you can cancel it after that. And I got it. Oh, and the first ship is, well, the one that everyone wants. It's the Enterprise D. So I feel like the most people will just get the Enterprise D and cancel, which is what I did. It's on the way. It should be here next week. So I'm excited to look at it and see how much bigger it is. Maybe it will be in scale with the Ghost, but I doubt it, because the Enterprise D is basically a spacefaring city, right? Just one of the classic starships. I love it, and I'm so looking forward to when I get it. Anyway, this is a very quick, well, not very quick, this is almost 8 minutes look at Hot Wheels Star Wars Starship the Ghost. I think it's very cool, nicely painted, nicely detailed. Nothing at the bottom, but it doesn't really need to be anyway. It's instantly recognizable as the ship from the cartoon series, and I think it's awesome. So thank you for watching.